This grief comes out of me and I wailed. And that's when I first, I think, became really aware that this situation has gone down, and it's just...
Arizona's Flagstaff. There was late summer on the fringes of Kody Brown's declining empire, long shadows cast by the unremitting, blinding desert sun. Beyond the gated neighborhood, once emblematic of his family's new beginning, he sat in his rusty truck under blankets of unpaid bills, dead connections, and a gnawing dread in his chest. The former grand vision of peace and riches now existed in broken shards. Robyn had not yet received word from Kody. He had not been entirely truthful with anyone. Not Meri, not Janelle, and not even the children. In reality, the money was gone. Months before, TLC's camera crews had quietly stopped filming. The ratings of the show declined when the other husbands were absent, as was the camaraderie that previously brought in millions of individuals. Sister Wives Won't Be Renewed was the final blow given in a brief email. The family no longer has their lifeline of $400,000 per season. That's it. Inside Robyn's home, there was a certain hush about the house that no home with children should ever have. Surrounded by cards of doctor appointments, school lists, overdue tuition reminders, and a letter from the orthodontist tactfully asking that Solomon's next set of treatment be financed in full before continuing. Robyn sat at the dinner table. She blinked fast as she gazed down at the numbers again. She had been proud of keeping the home running, had trusted Kody to hold everything together. The pieces, however, no longer fit. The door then opened with his shoulders slumped and his boots dusty from walking through the construction site, where he had begged for subcontracting work that morning. Kody entered slowly. He didn't bestow on her his usual blustery greeting. His face was sunken more than she remembered. His hair was pulled back in a hard ponytail, and his eyes were far away. She simply stared at him, waiting without a word. He pulled a stack of envelopes out of his jacket and sat across from her. As he began speaking, his hands trembled a little. He said, "We're in serious trouble. Robyn, it's not just tight anymore. It's done. The money's run out. There is nothing in the accounts. Debt is all that's left." Robyn gasped in shock. What about the children's needs? Solomon's braces? Aurora's treatment? Brianna's university? He couldn't meet her gaze and replied, "I can't afford any of it. No longer." The silence was complete. A complete silence that was at once holy and awful. "You promised me," she sneered. "When you took in my children, you gazed them in the eye. You said them as your own. That we would never be alone. That their father was you." Kody's voice broke. "When I uttered that, I believed that," she lashed back, her tone elevating. "But you were aware that this might occur. You chose this way of life. Rather than a firm plan, you have an entire strategy that depends solely on a TV contract and were..." "What?" "Incidentals are all." The days that passed were foggy. To keep the kids from overhearing, Robyn would weep quietly in her bedroom at night. The picture of Kody, the hot, invincible patriarch, had disintegrated. Now every conversation with him was rough and brittle. In the corridors, they stood at a distance. They dined in silence, listening and aware. Aurora began to withdraw. She stopped going to her therapy sessions. She knew the answer already, so she did not ask why. Brianna, a high school senior, felt a profound sense of pain in her heart as she read her letter of acceptance into college. The previous year, Kody had told her proudly, "Apply to the best schools. We'll work things out." That was before the cancellation of the show, before the expulsions, before the bounced checks. Solomon, still very small, always asking why the internet had been cut off. One evening, he asked, "Mom, is it broken?" Robyn couldn't answer. She just hugged him. In the meantime, Kody had rented out. With nothing to do, he drove around Flagstaff for several hours. He rented a little drab apartment full of unread letters. They were marked final notice because he couldn't tolerate Robyn's silence. He thought about calling Janelle to beg her to return, but he had blown that bridge. Christine lost. Meri cold and resolute. The shield of women who had once shielded and assisted him was gone. Robyn was all that remained, and she was no longer. Covering the waking of Robyn, in an old cardigan that still retained a whiff of lavender and cedar, sat outside one morning drinking cold tea. She looked at the house, which now seemed less of a house and more of a tomb of broken promises. With the dawn of the sun, she picked up her phone. She began by calling the financial aid office at Brianna's school. She then called a realtor. Finally, she called TLC. "I'm ready to negotiate," she said matter-of-factly. The truth, all of it. The reaction of the family when Christine read the headlines. She was in Utah. Robyn Brown is voicing out, "Kody Brown is bankrupt financially." She laughed. She whispered, "It was never about being a father. It has to do with control. He has since lost everything." Janelle's jaw was set as she read the article. She said to a friend, "He traded all of us in for her." Now she is realizing she was never the exception. The last to fall, Meri, just shook her head. Kody's breakdown had long since stopped surprising her, but she was shocked at Robyn's uncharacteristic candor. Meri grumbled. She used to defend him no matter what. I guess there is a breaking point for even her. A few weeks down the line, the Sister Wives House of Cards special aired. It hovered over old family photos. A blonde-haired Kody is in the center of a split screen with 4 women and content children in group shots. The scene shifted to Robyn sitting alone without makeup, her voice cracking and tired. She stated, "I thought he would protect us. I thought he would never leave us behind, but he did not know how to carry the weight. And now my children, our children are suffering because of it." While she spoke of overdue doctor's bills, food, stamps, Medicaid forms, and the humiliation of pawning jewelry out of my sister wife's closet to pay for the gas bill, viewers listened. Last words. An eviction notice was before Kody, sitting in a dim flat on a folding chair. He rubbed his face, trying to invoke the old fire. He spoke to no one. "I didn't think it would end like this." Off camera, the producer asked, "Do you regret having monogamy with Robyn?" He did not answer. Robyn's voice was heard as the screen faded to black. He vowed to be their father. But when the money is gone, a true father is left, and there's more. Robyn Brown's children and the rest of the Brown family have had a perpetual feud that has been one of Sister Wives' most high-profile stories over the years. Robyn, 45, was the 4th wife of Kody Brown, 55, a polygamist patriarch. Kody was already married to Meri Brown, Janelle Brown, and Christine Brown, and already had 12 children at the time of joining the Brown family in 2010. Robyn also joined the Brown family in 2010, along with her 3 children from her previous marriage. Kody and Robyn then had 2 children of their own. Kody had 18 children and 4 wives by the time the Brown family had completed growing. But the happy times didn't last long. Kody's first 3 wives had left the Poly family before Sister Wives Season 19 premiered in 2024, leaving Kody and Robyn with an unintentionally monogamous marriage. Robyn feels that her children were abandoned by their siblings because the Brown family is so divided. Keep reading to learn why Madison Brush, one of Kody's older children, recently apologized to Robyn's children for feeling neglected by the rest of the Browns. The once harmonious Browns family's downfall started when they started living in different houses because his children believed Kody was spending too much time with Robyn and her children. There was also a great deal of resentment towards him. The COVID-19 pandemic also intensified the family's already deep split. Kody and Robyn eventually quit seeing Kody's older kids as they were more cautious than the rest of the family. When he died in 2024, Kody couldn't talk to his 25-year-old son, Garrison Brown, as things had reached such a low. Ultimately, CO drove Christine, Kody's 3rd wife, away. Christine had been unhappy, but it would be in her best interests if she left once Kody and Robyn would not permit her to view his other wives. They were married for 27 years and had 6 children together. Kody was wedded to Janelle for 29 years and had 6 children until she abandoned him a year later. Meri, being Kody's first wife, was the final one to leave. After 32 years of marriage and a single child, she left in 2022. Robyn's 3 children from her first marriage were all under the age of 10 when she married Kody in 2010. Kody's first wife, Meri Brown, was divorced in 2014, enabling him to legally marry Robyn and give adoptive status to her children. Later, Brianna, Aurora, and Dayton changed from Jessup to Brown as their surnames. Robyn's kids did not enjoy the same experience in the Brown home as their siblings, though, even though they were accepted by their new family. Meri has since explained how she used to believe that the divorce would only last briefly. The Sister Wives Season 19 star had assumed that Kody would marry again Meri and divorce Robyn after the adoptions had been finalized. Kody instead decided to stay married to Robyn. In terms of allegations of neglect made by his older children, Kody has always insisted that he should be getting to spend more time with his younger children. Let's just say that a lot of his older kids did not see it that way. Kody was eventually able to reconnect with some of his older children after many years of estrangement. In one of the latest episodes of Sister Wives Season 19, Kody revealed that he got together with Christine's children in Utah. Kody has not been in touch with his other children, except for his daughter, Michael T. Brown. 2 of his sons from another woman were there. Kody says this may involve Logan Brown, Hunter Brown, or Gabriel Brown, Janelle's children. It's great that Kody is finally starting to mend fences after a long stretch of drifting away from several of his older children. Throughout the years, Kody has been involved in disputes with many members of his family, including Madison Brown, his 29-year-old daughter. Born in 1995, Madison, also referred to as Maddie, was only 15 years old when she debuted on television in 2010. Since her family was breaking apart, the Sister Wives Season 19 co-star basically grew up on television, and it could not have been easy. Maddie's relationship with Robyn and her children was not the greatest always, just like the rest of the older siblings. The mom of 3 showed sympathy for Robyn's children in a recent Sister Wives Season 19 episode. She went on to state that she would sit down with Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna right away and apologize to them if she had the chance. I'd say, I don't hate you, and I apologize if I've ever hurt you. That this didn't happen until long after the family had fallen apart is sadly ironic. Even though Sister Wives Season 19 is already underway, there are suggestions that the reality show might not get another season. The reality show gives a close-up look into the life of a polygamous family and premiered in 2010. Kody Brown, the head of the Brown family, had 4 wives and 18 kids. Through their story, the Browns, members of the extreme Mormon sect known as the Apostolic United Brethren, aim to debunk social stereotypes and legitimize polygamy. Kody had to deal with intricate emotional and practical bonds while officially married to one woman and in spiritual marriages with the others. The program's attraction lies in its capacity to merge the specific challenges of polygamy with home. Ordinary. It records everyday occurrences such as child raising and running the house alongside conflicts such as jealousy, unequal treatment, and financial struggles. 3 of Kody's wives had divorced him when Sister Wives Season 19 started in 2024. The story plot of the show now involves shattered family relationships due to this new development, the psychological cost of the disintegration of the family, and Kody's estrangement from some of his children are accentuated in recent years. Read on for hints that the show is finally ending. Due to religious beliefs, Meri chose to reside in a plural marriage. She and Kody, who shared one child, struggled from the start to maintain their union. Meri and Kody had stopped living as husband and wife some years before, and Kody had been honest to say he did not think she was attractive. Kody was thoughtless and brutally blunt, yet Meri remained because she was willing to accept his leftovers. Meri was the most forgotten of Kody's wives. She never faltered in her support for him, though. She even presented Kody to Robyn Brown, his 4th wife, and encouraged him to court her because she believed in the religious principle of plural marriage. Meri attempted to make the marriage work, even when Kody informed her that the 2 of them would never be married. In Sister Wives Season 19, Meri abandoned the attempt to maintain the marriage. There is now 1 fewer incentive for the show to return since Meri has passed away. In a recent Sister Wives Season 19 episode, Robyn and Kody share what they think about polygamy. Kody provided a thoughtful answer when Robyn asked him if he missed being part of a polygamous family. I don't want to be cavalier in my response because we were committed to this, but I'm not keen on plural marriage anymore, Kody replied. I don't want to pursue another woman because I don't want that headache, the questions, the strife, and the speculation about trust, he later told the cameras. That's not where I am. Kody maintained that he has no regrets having been raised in a pluralistic home. Season 19. Sister Wives star explained his children as a blessing. Although Kody was tight with his children when they were growing up, he doesn't speak to most of his older children anymore. Some of Kody's older children resented their dad after Kody wedded Robyn because they felt abandoned. Kody's wife, who was the most jealous at all times, was Christine. The Sister Wife Season 19 star wanted a close relationship with her husband because she was a sensitive romantic. Christine was unhappy about being a 3rd wife, even though she grew up in a polygamous family. Once Kody wed Robyn, whom he seemed to openly favor, things got tougher. In 2021, after years of inattention, Christine broke up with Kody. Before long, Kody's first wife, Meri Brown, and second wife, Janelle Brown, also abandoned him. In short, the show can no longer focus on polygamists. Christine took a huge risk to walk away from Kody. The cosmos compensated her bravery soon after she walked away. David Woolley and the star of Sister Wives Season 19 got married in October 2023. Christine is finally living the life and marriage she's always wanted, and she and David are monogamous. Together, she and her husband refurbish arms, ride motorcycles, and get identical tattoos. She no longer needs to keep pretending that she is from a plural family, now that she was no longer part of polygamy. Janelle liked polygamy. Unlike Kody's other wives, the fact that Kody wasn't home each night suited her. She enjoyed the freedom and independence that the lifestyle brought. Janelle had no tolerance for Kody's disrespect of their children. Logan, Maddie, Hunter, Garrison, Gabriel, and Savannah Brown are Janelle's and Kody's 6 children. The kids were close to their dad when they were kids, but once they grew up, that changed. Kody began focusing on his younger children, even the children he had with Robyn. The family was very resentful because of this. Since her marriage to Kody was ending, Janelle had to critically study her life and select a new path for herself. Janelle had decided to pursue flower farming since she was a gardener at heart. Sister Wives Season 19 star Janelle decided to open up a flower shop to be near her daughter Maddie Brush, husband Caleb Brush, and their 3 children. Janelle bought land in North Carolina. Janelle may determine that her time on the show is complete since she is now working toward her perfect existence. The sudden loss of 25-year-old Garrison Brown in March 2024 totally added the Brown family and the Sister Wives universe. Garrison was a young man who had struggled with mental health issues. He was Kody's child with Janelle's son. The Browns have struggled to come to terms with the enormous loss after losing Garrison. It would come as no surprise that people would link the show to their loss. They may want to escape painful memories associated with Garrison's death. None of Kody's children have embraced polygamy, yet numerous of them are wed or in long-term relationships. When 22-year-old Aurora Brown, who is the daughter of Robyn, baptized into a church during Sister Wives Season 19, she hoped Kody would help baptize her. The family celebrated by eating dinner after the baptism. Robyn said she was saddened when not one of the children had joined their church during a confession. Robyn confesses, "I do feel like we failed during her confession." In short, Sister Wives was to be a reality TV show about a polygamous family. The show now contains no polygamists, however. Robyn and Kody are monogamous and intend to have no other wives. Neither Kody's kids nor any of his former wives seem interested in pursuing plural marriages. While it's been interesting to see a polygamous family dissolve over the last few seasons, the reality show may have reached its natural conclusion. Having divorced her former husband, Kody Brown, Sister Wives actress Christine Brown is thriving. She once had to share Kody with 3 other wives, but now gets the undivided attention of her present husband, David Woolley. She no longer needs to put her needs second to Kody's. The most wonderful thing is that she is not going to have to share her boyfriend with Robyn, Janelle, and Meri Brown, her sister wives. Glad to realize that she was cut out for monogamy, Christine. Christine is better aware of her unhealthy relationship with Kody now that she has left the polygamous way of life. It's a weird and humiliating thing to say, but I didn't know my life was all about what Kody needed and wanted, Christine explained to ET. I have no doubt that I never knew how fixated I was on that man, Christine continued when asked for more information. I would be scheming, whenever he arrives we're going to do this and this and this, she went on. Even when he wasn't here, because he did more than just step into my life and join our activities. In order to fit him in, we had to change our current line of action. The mother of 6 children now understands that's not okay. Because of that, he was the nucleus of our lives. She is embarrassed and frustrated now that she spent all those years living like that. Did he not treat you with respect? The question was asked to Christine. Christine replied, I don't think he would feel like he would have to. Maybe he did in some ways. Maybe in some ways. Let us know in comments and stay updated by subscribing our channel to get more such updates. Thanks, everyone.